Hey everybody, Stan Dale, President of Florida Suncoast BMW. Hope you're doing well. Here we are, end of the year. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope your Christmas and holiday break there was enjoyable. You got a chance to see all your family and friends. So we're closing up the year end, and a lot of things going on. I just started counting. I think we got we already got 9 or 10 events planned for January, and other events still on the schedule. Real quickly, we have a special event invitation by the Alpha Romeo Club for this Saturday. It's not on the calendar. It won't be on the calendar. It's a special invitation. Probably those folks in South Florida come out and enjoy the drive. We're going over to Snake Road and going up through the middle of the state, have lunch in Clewiston. So if you'd like to join us, shoot me a quick email, video, text, smoke signals, however you want to get in touch with me. We're meeting at 8 o'clock at exit 131 in Fort Myers at the rest area, 8:15 a.m., departure 8:45 a.m. And then we'll run out halfway across the alley and to Snake Road, meet up with the other group and have some fun there. Thanks to Tom Clee for giving me a heads up. I think John Snyder's involved in it as well. So thanks guys, tipping us off. It's just one of those last minute, hey, let's get together kind of things and end the year out. For January coming up, we have on the 6th we have the Sarasota Cars and Coffee Rob's event there. On the 7th, Punta Gorda Breakfast, that's John and Erwin. On the 9th, St. Pete Clearwater, that's Jeff's event. I think Jeff's changing locations, but check the website, check the calendar to make sure. But I think we're changing the location, but just check it, make sure it's this month. The 13th, we have 2 events on the 13th. Jacksonville Cars and Coffee, Al's got that going on. And then on the 13th as well, Lakeland Cars and Coffee, Kyle over at Fields there in Lakeland. The 14th, we have 2 events also. Gainesville Cars and Coffee, Mary Beth, getting that together, and the 14th as well. In Naples, and we're welcoming 2 new area governors, Anthony and Deb. We met them, had a great time. They went on the mountain drive with us, and they're down in the Naples market, and they've stepped up. They're our new area governors for the Naples and Marco Island area. So Anthony and Deb, man, we're glad to have you on board. Thank you, and look forward to seeing you in Naples on the 14th for those folks down here. And then on the 20th is the Fort Myers Cars and Coffee. That's hosted by Carol and Mario. There are other things going on. I got to tell you, I'm still in planning the annual, probably be a luncheon this year. And the tentative location may be Sebring at the White Hotel. We've been there a couple of times in past years, a lot of fun. We're working out the details, but more to come on that later. Real quickly, I will talk about 2 things. Our elections are underway. All the elections this year for Florida Suncoast are not contested. We have 2 new folks for the board. Mary Beth Culver is up for election for one of the board openings, and all of a sudden, Larry Cobb his name is uncontested for one of the openings for the board of directors. So most of them are affirmations. But I appreciate the fact if you go out to the CCA location, Carol's giving you the quick link. Just go to the quick link and then follow that right to elections. Takes 60 seconds. I'd love for you to just be a part of that and have a voice. But I'm going to take you to a higher issue. The CCA governance is opening up. I think those elections open up January 5th. And I just got to tell you, we have a current president, Eddie Fushiashi, and I have worked with Eddie, not a better man, not a higher integrity, higher ethics, and totally understands the workings and inner workings and the challenges of what's going on with the life of the CCA. You know, with COVID, with all the things that go on, you really need the integrity of leadership. And I got to tell you, I won't tell you who to vote for, but I will tell you why you should consider voting for Eddie. Very dedicated to the chapter. If there were an award or a trophy for team above self, I think this gentleman absolutely deserves it. Very quiet individual, but very knowledgeable individual of our chapter governance, our needs, and our directions of what we're going to look at for the next 5 or 10 years. I won't say anything negative about folks that may be running against him, but I will tell you, you won't get higher ethics, you won't get higher integrity, and you won't get higher leadership and or knowledge if you consider Eddie. I'd really like to see the Florida Suncoast group come out and put their name on the line. Forget East Coast, West Coast. That's old school thinking. When you have a really sharp individual that's leading the pack, you need to recognize that and you need to protect that. And that's what I would encourage you to do. That election opens January the 5th for the national, and you'll hear me talk about it again. I've asked Eddie sent out a letter. I've asked Carol to put it down below. You'll see his words, not mine. You'll see his words, and then make your decision. But I would encourage everybody that's watching this, talk to another chapter member, other chapter members, encourage them to vote. It takes less than a minute. And I'm sure you can tell me you're busy, but you can't tell me you're that busy. So I would encourage you to be a part of our direction. We've been planning chapter change or CCA change and maturation for the last 4, 5, 6 years. Sometimes those are painful decisions, and you have to have a leader that has the wisdom, integrity, and the foresight to be able to lead that. And I think that's Eddie. There are others that think they can do it, but not like Eddie can. So that's my endorsement. You'll read his actual words below this and make that decision. Until then, I want to tell you, can't wait till January and the new year. A lot of things planned, a ton of things on the calendar. I say that every time, but it really is. There's a ton of things to do. So come on out and enjoy us. We're looking at the annual dinner probably the first weekend in February, and then put together the board meeting and all that, or sort of wrap all that together in some activities into one. So we'd love to see you come out and participate, and we have a lot of fun when we do that, so we get to see a lot of our old friends. So and our young friends too. Until then, I'll tell you, happy motoring, and I'll see you soon. Happy New Year, everybody. Bye now.